Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Steven Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
Hey everybody, this is Nick Mayhew, three-time gold medalist and three-time world record holder, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
Oh, and you guys better let me do it. Hold on for a moment. I got it. There we go. Let's see. Can I get it? Rose, I just want to change. There we go. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in to Live on Air with Steven Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio. We've got country music artist based out of the UK, Owen Morton, with us today. And I got to ask,
hello, guys.
Let me pull you up here. And if any of you want to know, I'm playing Cowboy Dreams by Owen Morton. I was going to say Owen Music.
Close.
Is it Liverpudlian or Liverpudlian? Because that's what it was referenced to in the email.
Yeah, Liverpudlian is how we'd say it. Or Scouse. That's another thing, Scouse.
Hold on real quick. Because this is the first time. This is the first time that I am doing live music while being tapped into this. So we've got like 3 screens going out once. So let me get you back up. So it's Liverpudlian?
Pudlian, we'll say. Liverpudlian. Yeah.
So it says here, the Liverpudlian brings a fresh perspective to the scene with his rich, silky vocals, electrifying energy, and a classic scouse charm. I'm learning a bunch of new words here from the UK.
Yeah, so I'm a Liverpudlian. I'm from Liverpool, also known as the home of the Beatles. I'm sure of a lot of your American listeners are probably might have visited or might be aware of it. We get loads of tourists from the US, and it's all for the Beatles. So that's our biggest kind of claim to fame, other than the soccer team.
Your city's
I'm part of that,
though, right?
What was that, Stephen?
Your city's beautiful.
Oh, it's a beautiful city. In my opinion, it's the best city in the UK. London's great, but if you really want to see the UK and you really want to see the culture that is different from the likes of New York City and stuff, I'd personally liken Liverpool to the UK version of Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure many people would kind of get that, understand that. That's kind of what Liverpool is.
In comparison to Austin, Texas, I never heard of that before. And I'm impressed that you can compare a US city to a city in the UK.
Yeah, it's the vibes that it gives. I'd liken London to somewhere like Houston or New York, where a lot of people would just pass you by and not really say anything and not really give you that time of day. But people in Liverpool, we'd do anything to help you out. We really are such a welcoming city. And that's the vibes that I got from when I visited Austin too. Everyone that I met in Texas was spot on. They were really kind. But in Austin, I just got the vibes that it was a cool city, a lot of culture, a lot of people, a lot of stuff to do in that sense. Just a Vibrant city, and that's kind of what Liverpool is. It's also not as big too as London, by any means. But yeah, I'd recommend Liverpool.
I can't wait to come and visit. For those that are joining us today, we've got country music artist hailing from the UK, Owen Morton. You just released, Owen, a new single called Mine. This was just back last month on January 25th, to be more exact. The cover is beautiful. Did you design that? Where did the creative artistry come from for that cover?
Oh, for the album cover, yeah, I just designed them all myself. I wanted the cover to reflect kind of theme of the song, and the theme of the song was, the fall, like the pumpkin spice latte type, that kind of vibe, really autumnal vibes, and mixed in with like a lovely romantic message. That was the premise that we wrote that song Mine on, and I thought it was only fitting to kind of have that come out in the cover too, and I think it did pretty well.
I'm going to read something here. In his first year, Owen amassed over 400,000 Spotify streams, and his fan base continues to grow thanks to singles like Leave Me Alone and Let's Play Together. Or no, Let's Play 2, I'm sorry. With no sign of slowing down, this part-time sailor, part-time country singer is creating waves in the industry that are being felt on both sides of the Atlantic. So once again, Leave Me Alone and Let's Play 2. Are people still attracted to those tracks?
Yeah, the stream numbers are just continuing to rise. I mean, Spotify's crazy. It's like a snowball effect. Once you start getting, some traction on a song, I think as people add it to more and more playlists, it just kind of goes up and up. So once you have that one song that kind of catches, it takes off. And I was lucky enough to, at the start of my whole music career, just, only a year ago, to be closely working with a successful and quite a well-known artist already called Swilson, or his name's John, and he co-wrote Mine with me. And we released it on both of our platforms. And I definitely attribute a lot of the success to, using that as a launch pad, and John's kindness in really helping me take off the music career using his platform,
How is
That's
Mine
kind of
doing?
how we got started. What was that? Sorry.
No, that's right. How is Mine doing, your latest track?
It's doing okay, yeah. I mean, it's not been added to any sort of special playlists yet, but I think we're encroaching on 4,000 streams.
Oh, wow.
Which, I'm happy with. I am happy with 100%.
That's good. I'm going to read something here that I wrote Cowboy Dreams because growing up in the city, I always felt like an outsider to country music. Even though both my parents came from small southern towns, I imagined what life as a cowboy might be like, something so different from my own reality. When it came time to bring the song to life, I chose you because you always had a similar experience feeling like an outsider to traditional country. I thought it would be a good mix to really get dreams. I want to expand on that.
So to give that quote context, that was actually John's quote. So that was Swilson's quote, who is the co-writer for this. For Cowboy Dreams, he brought most of that song to me. As we were just in the groove of writing songs together, and this was a theme that really resonates with me, and this is why Cowboy Dreams just came out so well. I added the last verse, and a bit of the chorus was amended, and it's just how we delivered this song was so authentic, because a lot of the messaging in my social media, and a lot of the songs that I write, I've all come from the experience of being, or a feeling that I'm not country enough, that I can't be country, because I come from a city in the UK, and this is a common kind of thing that a lot of people around me in this country and in other countries feel. They kind of feel like you have to be born in a specific kind of place or speak with a specific accent to be country, and that is not the case. As we've proven, especially with country music, it's the door is open to talent from anywhere, as long as you carry yourself properly, if you're respectful, if you're kind, if you hold the door open for a stranger, stuff like that. A lot of these things are what make you country, in my opinion.
What's
The
incredible.
song is a reflection of that.
No, sorry, go. What was that last part, Owen?
Oh, I just said the song's a reflection of that.
And how did you work on, I believe it's dialect? How did you sound so American, being that you
It's
have
just
such a strong accent?
Yeah, it's. I always say to people, your singing voice is like a whole different thing to your speaking voice. So a lot of singers will kind of understand this, but a lot of non-singers will be like, no, it's not. Well, I can tell you it is. So I started singing 7 years ago. Just this, just dissociating from my normal accent into what I wanted to sound like. So for the first few years, I was just kind of imitating a lot of American artists, like Luke Combs and all of the other, Willie Nelson, everyone like that. I was just imitating because I wanted that sort of sound. And it came a point, maybe 4 years into singing, it was about 2020 at this point, where I decided to just be my own artist. And so I just stripped back trying to imitate anyone. And what was left was this American accent that I'd built over habit, over trial and error. So it was a funny it's a funny process molding what my singing accent is. All I can say is it would be harder for me to sing in a Scouse or a Liverpool accent than it would be to sing in an American accent. And I'm proud of that because personally I don't like the Scouse accent in any song.
What is a Scouse accent? Can you
Scouse accent's just the Liverpool accent. So it's like the Beatles out there used to talk.
Okay.
I don't know the history exactly, but it's kind of like a mix between Irish, Scottish, English, stuff like that. It's this funny mix. But yeah, we've got a reputation, Scousers.
I like it. And I actually thought you were Irish when we first chatted by phone.
Yeah. Don't worry, you're not the first. Yeah. It's either Irish or Scottish. That's what I normally get when I go over to America.
Uh-huh. Hey, they like Scottish people here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's never a bad thing.
I mean, you'll get a free meal, free meals. I'm sure free room and board. I mean, they love foreigners.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've only had good experiences, honestly. But it's funny because I go over and I love the American accents. That was one of the reasons that I got into country as a kid. It's because I love it's particularly the Southern accent, the Southern Texan accent or Southern American accent was just, yeah, I just wanted to hear more of that in music. And then I found out that there was a whole genre that was dedicated to it. So that's how I started listening to country.
What I appreciate with you in the UK, and you guys don't use a lot of filler words. So I'm accustomed that every time I speak to someone in the UK or in Europe, it's so different from America, where I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I feel as though, even with my studies in English, my studies in writing, my studies in journalism, I tend to catch myself where I'm either using filler words and you're not supposed to do and things like that. And you guys don't seem to do it. There's a smoothness. I'm jealous. There's a smoothness to it. And I don't want to change who I am so I can sound different. But it's just, I find it remarkable that you compliment how we speak here in America, yet you're so refined when I listen to you.
Thank you, man. In terms of filler words, it definitely depends on kind of the mood and how relaxed I am sometimes. One that I'm particularly kind of, one that I'm used to saying is like. So if I'm just talking casually, I'll be like, blah de blah, like, like, and that's kind of annoying. But I'm saying now that you've mentioned that. When I'm kind of on the likes of one of these interviews, or I'm trying to not sound like a tool, I'll just slow down a bit the speech. I won't speak as fast, and maybe that kind of smooths it out, I suppose.
You'll sound California. You sound
Californian.
like a Californian. Yeah, a Californian.
Really?
They use the word like all the time. You do.
I've never heard of that, to be honest. American. Well, actually, yeah, I suppose so.
Watch a
Definitely,
movie.
I definitely do.
Yeah, watch a movie from America, and you'll. Well, I don't know, not a movie. Actually, watch a reality TV show.
Oh,
Real Housewives, maybe a Beverly Hills or something. I don't know.
yeah,
I hear it all the time.
fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a common one, isn't it? I suppose.
Any upcoming projects? What's going on with you?
Oh, this year is packed. Let me tell you, it's packed. It's sorry, that's my dog in the background. It's plenty of releases, plenty of live gigs coming up. Particularly in London, I'm playing about 5 shows in London so far this year. It's crazy. But in terms of releases, I'm also writing for an album or an EP, which I'm hoping to bring out later on in the year. And I'm really trying to bring back that traditional country sound and drift away from the pop kind of refined Nashville sound. I've released, plenty of pop songs, I'd say, like modern country songs, but I've got to really return to where my heart is and where I started all of this country stuff, and that's the traditional stuff. So in the upcoming projects, we are introducing a lot more traditional instruments like the steel guitar and fiddle and piano and all of that, honky tonk country stuff that we all love. That's all coming into my discography. So stay tuned for that. If that's your thing,
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's all my thing. I support you guys. I work in media, for crying out loud, and PR. We already had this conversation. I'm here. I enjoy going on TikTok and watching music artists doing lives on there. To me, that's what brings me joy. This morning, I was listening to Zach Williams, who's in the UK. And, you guys stand out in the cold. Like Zach this morning, he had several layers on and you could see the smoke, like his breath.
Yeah.
Do you do that? Do you perform live in the city at all?
Yeah, we have to make do with the weather over there. You're from New Jersey, aren't you? So it's probably similar to what it would be like over there. Just rain, cold, clouds, stuff like that. We don't really get much sun, especially in December. So I think a lot of our outdoory videos all tend to be we're wrapped up quite warm, and you can see the smoke, coming out of our mouths. And in terms of playing outdoors, like, it's funny you mentioned that. The first festival that I've got is I've just been booked. So I always wanted to play festival, and this is finally come to fruition, in the first year, and I really can't wait. It's going to be in July, so hopefully it's a bit warmer.
Oh, wonderful.
But yeah, we're going to have a full band, which is the first time I've played with a band. So this literally is a dream come true, to play with a band and especially in front of so many people, which is what we're expecting this festival to be like. So I thought that was nice to mention.
It's perfect. And I like what do you got on today? Maroon? We talked about colors.
Yeah, so I only have kind of maroon kind of colors so far. And I didn't get a chance to go shopping just because I went straight up north to work. But yeah, I'm a fan of maroon type stuff. I don't know what your opinion is on it.
I think it's great. I told you, you remind me of Ed Sheeran, but it makes you pop. It makes your hair
Oh,
more
great.
blonder. It makes your beard more redder. It makes your skin more brighter. No.
Thanks. The only problem with me, I get flushed for some reason when I'm just sitting in the room and recording. It's not even hot, I leave the window open and everything, and I still just get red. So sometimes I'm wary about wearing red on red skin. What's your opinion on that, by the way? If you get flushed?
Uh, Let me tell you this. I don't sweat. Even I can go to the gym. I
Mm,
perspire, but I don't sweat.
yeah.
Uh, I'm going to honestly say that there were times when, like in this interview, like I feel like warm. So I have the window open. I don't know what it is. It could be being excited,
Yeah.
inspired. If I'm on set television or in you know, if I'm being interviewed in studio, I'm fine. I'm comfortable. But when I'm in this position where I'm the one interviewing you, I guess what it is I'm so overwhelmed in a good way to where you won't see it. I don't get flushed,
Mm.
but my back gets bubbles on it because my back is sweating.
Mm.
And then, my armpits are still dry, thank God.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I've got like three screens going, and then all these intricacies. And even though I have a team, still, as a music artist, you could be in booth, uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, you've got all of these. You got the producer, in your head going off. You got your director going off, and then you've got everything else. It's like, do you have everything correct? So to answer your question, no, being flushed isn't something I experience. It's sweating. And once again, I'm not
Mm.
accustomed to sweating, but when I sweat, it's like, yeah, I feel it in my back. And then, um, yeah, then time for another shower because I don't like to feel damp.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, but you don't even look flushed. You look great.
Oh, thanks, man.
What is the room you're in? What is that? It looks like a fireplace off to the side, and I like the brick up there above you.
This is just my little office, to be honest, that I use as a music studio. It used to be sound padded, but I actually took that down, um, which I shouldn't have. That was a mistake. But yeah, it's just a box room. Really, there's nothing special. I've got me recording equipment, guitars all off to the side here.
Mhm.
Me studio lamp or the studio lighting lamp just there. What else? Yeah, my 1959 American flag. Let me show you that.
Is it? Oh wow!
Yeah.
I had a
So
feeling.
it, yeah. So you can count. I can't remember how many states it's got. I think it's got 48, 48 states. But essentially, that's the pre 1959. I think it was. And to be honest, that when I picked that up, so that's actually soundproof. This flag up there. When I picked that up, I didn't actually notice. I just kind of saw an American flag and was like, "Yeah, that looks good." And it was only one of my followers who pointed it out after seeing it on a reel, and they were like, "Oh, and there's only ." Stars on that. I was like, "Oh, that's right. Yeah, it must be." I did the research. It must be an old one, and it turns out it was a 1959 flag. So I thought, like, oh, that's even better. That's cool. That's really retro. So that's the story of that.
Or maybe there'll be an extra star if Canada becomes the 51st state.
Yeah, yeah. I'll have to upgrade that 100%.
You just get a
Yeah,
couple nice stars and just put it as decor on the side or something,
yeah,
or,
yeah.
or above it.
100%. That's if California stay too, or New York. Could balance itself out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've already
Yeah.
had. Yeah, we're not going to go too deep into that. I don't want people you know, to do it. Let me put it to this: do a TikTok thing. Everybody's report, 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 report. You can fart, and someone on TikTok will report it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
TikTok has its
Absolutely.
pros, but I have no problem saying it. I can't. There's a lot of things I can't stand of what people. You can't be creative. You can't have an opinion. Do you know I got reported over an emoji? I appealed it
Yeah.
and they reversed it.
Yeah.
Someone reported my emoji. It wasn't a
Yeah.
bad emoji. I think it was like what I call stank face. I gave a stank face emoji on a video that I thought, like, really?
Yeah.
It was just it was lunacy. I gave a stank, what I call stank face. That's it. I didn't give this shit emoji. I didn't give
Yeah.
some political emoji. I didn't give the fu finger emoji. I just gave stank face. That's it. Just one little, and it got reported.
Hurt someone's feelings again, Steven.
My God, in TikTok. I want to
Too
see.
soft.
Dude, oh my God. I want to try. You and I had I want to try to enjoy it. Um, but it's I should not have to worry. Like I can't write anything out anymore. So the only way that I can communicate without running the risk of my account being suspended,
Mm-hmm.
or what they call giving you a strike, is I have to give an emoji, something that's not
Mm.
too offensive, that goes against community guidelines. Yeah, I saw a video on TikTok yesterday of someone talking smack about the US government and talking smack about Israelis and things like that and using profane language. That
Yeah.
suspended. That didn't go against community guidelines.
No. No. Absolutely. I mean, I've got a friend too, even on Instagram, which he's a Muslim. He's a close friend to mine. He helped me find God too. And his content got a copyright, or not a copyright, a community guidelines strike, whatever it was, on it, literally for bigging up God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? For praising God, he got a strike on it. But in the next breath, you go and then you see it's basically soft porn. All of these OnlyFans posting on Instagram and stuff. They don't get taken down or anything like that.
Oh, no.
It's backwards. It's so wrong. But when you big up God, oh no, that gets taken down. Far too offensive, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I said it before. I will continue to browbeat this however I can. It is okay to be supposedly a straight man, naked, with your penis semi hard, in a nice pair of Calvin Klein underwear. Okay.
Yeah,
And bounce your genitalia around online.
yeah,
That's up. You can bounce your penis up and down online, especially on TikTok. They're all for
yeah.
the straight gay friendly gay baiting porn,
Mm,
because that gets constantly pushed. I've reported that shit, and let me tell you, this
mm,
stuff just I get a response back. Like, why am I seeing this? I get a response back. It doesn't violate guidelines, but yet my
mm.
stank face emoji violated guidelines.
Yeah, yeah,
And if you don't appeal it, you got to pay attention to the system notifications on TikTok. You have to pay attention, because let me tell you, they're sneaky in how they sneak that in. Because if you don't, you'll never know what you'll get the option to appeal. So pay attention to those system notifications,
yeah,
because if you don't appeal it, oh yeah. I've had friends
yeah,
already, music artists like yourself, actors, people who have innocently lost their accounts on TikTok because
yeah.
of something silly. But once
Mm,
again, those gay baiters, man, they
mm,
just love it. TikTok loves pushing it. I'm saying it on record. To me, that's called
mm,
grooming. They
mm.
love to push content that's grooming, but you can't talk
Yeah,
about the Lord.
yeah. Because what's the average age on TikTok?
Oh, you got
Telling
14
you.
year olds on
Yeah,
there, 15.
yeah.
Come on.
And that's why I stopped posting on TikTok. I have got stuff on there, but I don't regularly post there because the only kind of attention that it was getting was just sub the age that I'm, kind of making music for.
Mhm.
Like I'm not making music to push it to 13, 14-year-olds, and that's the demographic that was coming up, and it kind of made me a bit uneasy, because I want to reach older, and Instagram. This is where Instagram is just being good for me because it is targeting the demographic that I'm after, really. And even you just reminded me before, some of the posts from my old posts on TikTok actually got copyrighted when it was literally an acoustic cover, not a cover, an acoustic performance of my own song. They got copyrighted, and if you click on the copyright, it's like sound of silence, so literally a flat line, and that was copyrighted. So pathetic. So someone is making money off of my reel over there for literally scamming the system and uploading like a silence and copyrighting silence. And it's just like that's when I got off TikTok, because it's just, I can't be bothered with that,
No, you can't. You can't at all. But one way or another, hey, we already had a chat about this. I mean, people deserve to find you and to hear your music. So I say, stick to Instagram. That's what I do.
Yeah.
It is the main go-to because I'm, meeting professionals. You and I are connected on there. I'm seeing high quality content. People aren't acting like vigilantes by reporting an emoji
No.
over there on Instagram. And still, I mean, I thank God I was able to find you, Owen, because an email was sent to me. But there are times to where I may not be able to find certain content or certain people on Instagram that I found on TikTok. I found two incredible rock artists on TikTok. Two incredible. I never seen him on Instagram. So that's why I have to say, just build it, use it as your catalog. That's all I use TikTok for. I just put content on there that I would like people to see, casting directors, producers, whoever it may be. If there's somebody, let's say if I met or found you on TikTok, I want you to go to my TikTok and to see the level of quality that I'm doing and who I'm interviewing and those little audio clips. And then you decide for yourself, oh, do I want to come on, live on air with Steven Cuoco? Other than that, I don't fuss with it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is a good reason to use it, to direct all of the traffic, to your Instagram.
Yeah. Put your links in there.
On the net. Yeah. Widen the net, to catch more leads. That's perfectly good reason.
That's it. Before we close out, once again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in today to Live on Air with Steven Cuoco on Power 98.5 satellite radio, whether you're listening on the iOS or Android app, Alexa, TuneIn, MyStreamer, and more. Live FM radio is another one, and Apple Music, all the latest and greatest here on power985.com. We've got country music artist Owen Morton with us today. He is from Liverpool. He is, where is it? I got to go back. Let me have it. Where is it? He is a Liverpudlian, right? Liverpudlian.
Yeah, Liverpudlian, yeah.
Liverpudlian.
Yeah, that's it. That's right.
Liverpudlian. Correct me.
Yeah.
No, I'm learning. I want to learn. Hey, when I come out and visit, I don't
Steven,
offend anybody. Come on.
Oh, that's all good.
Any closing thoughts?
I just want to say thanks to everyone for tuning into this, and thanks to you, Steven, to even just inviting me onto this, because you're really making my dream come true. It's my goal. It's my God-given duty, from my own understanding, that I've been put here to really bolster the UK country scene and to make people aware that we're out there, that there is an international growing presence in the country community, and particularly the UK. We're still a small community, but it's growing and growing, and there's a lot of great talent that's coming out of there. And it also gives you a chance to listen to some other perspectives of life, put, painted in a country kind of canvas, if you know what I mean. So the way we live is different to a lot of people out there in the States, and the country scene reflects that, and it reflects the authenticity that we have too. And I suggest that if you're open-minded and if you want to listen to some international art, then the UK country scene is great. And my name's Owen Morton Music. You can find me on Instagram. That might be a good start.
Oh yeah, start with Instagram first. Seriously,
Yeah.
your videos are excellent. I enjoy everything. And once again, Owen amassed over 400,000 Spotify streams, and his fan base continues to grow with thanks to singles like Leave Me Alone and Let's Play 2. And I changed Power 98.5 from being pop to indie rock, and I've added some country. So I'm going to go through your catalog, and I'm going to find something, even if it's your new one. Your latest is, don't
Nice.
say it. Your latest is mine.
Yeah.
Because I got so much information in front of me. And I'm going to take a look because I can now fit it in, because
Awesome.
the pop industry is so oversaturated where I want to, and it's working, because I'm getting a lot of people from Germany listening now because I got the rock and mixing the country.
Amazing. Oh, by the way, Steven, one more release coming out in February the 14th. It's a romantic one. It's a cover of Ray Scott's Never Wanna Be Without You, and that's the title. So make sure you catch that. It's a lovely duet.
Keep me posted or send me something on Instagram DM. What I'm going to do is we're going to close out, and I'm going to give you a call. How's that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Owen, for being with us today, and it's an honor. We got to have you back on again.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you to everyone